What's happening, good people?
What's up? What's up?
Of the TNL Fam. We're back for another season of Thursday Night Live fly tying, and we've got quite the episode planned for you guys tonight.
Don't we ever?
Don't
2025.
2025. When we started this thing, it was 2018.
2018. Man.
Hence
time flies.
Season 7.
It's a lot of math, but
not always
7 years there.
Not always did we math hard here on Thursday Night Live fly tying, but tonight we are starting off by mathing hard. So yeah, we always start off telling a little bit about what Thursday Night Live is and who we are, and then we'll get to you guys and find out who you are.
Yeah. Well, I am Tim Hepworth. This is my partner in crime, Dana Lattery. And what is Thursday Night Live? Well, Thursday Night Live is a communal event that happens every Thursday. We bring to you a couple of flies that we're going to tie each night. We have lots of other things that go on in the show where you guys get to be involved. But most importantly, it is that involvement that matters. So as you can see already, lots of comments coming in. We want to know where you're from, what you're drinking maybe tonight, and find out a little bit about you. And if you're new to the show, definitely say that. We'd love to know when there's new people in watching for the first time. Also involved in the Thursday Night Live nights themselves, we have kits that we do each year. So if you have one of those already in your hand, and as you saw in the pre-show there's some people already showing pictures of their kits that finally arrived through the mail strike. We have a kit that has all the episodes, all the materials to tie the patterns that we plan out and do every evening for all 13 episodes. I'll show you what it looks like here if you didn't already see it. This is what our Season 7 kits look like. And inside you're going to find a whole bunch of packages, just like this. So this is episode 1 of Season 7 that we'll be tying out of tonight. And yeah, so if you're interested in getting one of those, you also can head over to our website and grab one for yourself. Makes it pretty easy to go through, but it's not required. Your involvement in the show can be as much as sitting here and BSing with us for a couple hours, or if you have all the materials that you need, you can head over to our website, and we have fly recipes that will also tell you everything you need to know and what we're using and how to go about tying these flies to the instruction. But don't take off early, because a lot of the best stuff happens later. We do have Flyingo, we call it, our version of bingo we do, and give away stuff every night. And then we get to share our wins at the end of the episode as well, which is a huge part of the community and sharing in each other's struggles, as well as the exciting things happening in each other's lives. So hopefully that's a good enough little rundown on what we do every night on Thursdays. But happy to have you all here. And yeah, like I said, drop some comments, let us know where you're from and who's in here tonight.
Yeah, and so as the comments are rolling in, we're taking note that Facebook has not accepted our feed stream tonight. So there was something interesting happening at the start. And I think there's a lot of changes going on with social media platforms about live streaming. So yeah, why it's not going to Facebook, I don't know. So what you guys need to do is go over to Facebook and share the YouTube link. Maybe we'll share it in the Thursday Night Live page.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not working. We understand. So at this point of the game, there's not much we can do. I'm just seeing if there's something magical I can do here.
I'll try to get the link shared over here.
It's saying it's all good, but that, my friends, is kind of what happens when you're live streaming. Sometimes it goes perfect, and most of the times it doesn't. So, yeah, like Tim said, we tie flies. We have a whole package of flies that we do. We build you guys a kit. If you want to buy the kit, you can go on our website, flyfishingbover.com/TNLS7, and you can get your kit. And make sure that you guys take the time to go share this on Facebook, wherever you can, because apparently Facebook has not accepted our live stream tonight. So sometimes that can happen. We talked about it before, where like Instagram was like deleting a bunch of music off your posts and whatever. So yeah, 2025 apparently gets started off on something like that.
Well, you gotta have a little excitement to start the year.
Yeah, you do everything right, and then all of a sudden there's that. But YouTube actually is a better place for everybody to watch it. I understand that getting some emails here too. If you can't find it on,
I have just posted into our Thursday Night Live group, so hopefully people who don't know about it yet will see that came through, and just follow that link over to YouTube.
Yeah. So yeah, we ultimately would love everybody to be on YouTube anyways.
But this isn't us doing that.
This isn't us forcing you. I know Facebook is a very social place, probably more social than here. I'm just trying to see where that last email came in, and it is what it is. So we have the ability to communicate with you through many platforms, but YouTube is where it is tonight. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start off by saying hi to you guys, asking you, like Scott already knows, he's from Detroit and he's drinking or enjoying, not sure if he's drinking, but he is enjoying a PBR. So, yeah, let us know. That's how we're going to start off, is letting us know where you're from, what you're drinking. And right soon, we're going to jump into a couple beers here in Beer 30 that we're going to try out. For you guys, we got Mike Dumont letting us know Facebook isn't working. We got that. Trevor McPhee, he's in the house. And Cam Woolnough and Trout in Alberta. Luckily, you're on YouTube. It's actually, you don't need a YouTube account. You can just click on and watch. You probably can't engage quite the same.
Yeah.
But while everybody's racing out there trying to get their YouTube accounts going.
It's just fun, though, trying to figure out who these people are again.
Yeah.
Because we don't get the same names. Who's the PE teacher? You know who that is? What's going on?
What is going on, all? PE teacher.
Who are you?
Ken. Tyler, what's up, brother?
Hey, Tyler. What's up,
Cam, yes. Cole Fitzsimmons Facebook isn't working. Yeah, I feel like sometimes it's a bit of a failure, but that's where we're at.
Things we don't know to control ahead of time.
PE teacher, we don't know who that is. Yeah. You can go by rogue names here now. Dustin Barnes, Happy New Year.
Oh, it's Craig.
Glad to get you back for another season. We're glad to have you back for another season of tying flies. We got 26 patterns again this year that we're going to be tying up. And we also have some things called achievements. So they're milestones that you will be able to achieve this year if you tie certain sets of flies, like nymphs, dry flies, hoppers, and streamers. And Tim's just going to grab those achievements out of there because I'm not wearing pants tonight. And if I turn around,
things get spicy.
Things get a little cracky.
Okay.
Oh, look at Michael Barrett's in the house. Okay. So if you want to crush out all the dry flies this year, you're going to join the Surfer Specialist Club. You're going to be an elite group of people. And you're going to get that sticker. And if you get all the foam flies done, whether they're foam, stone, hoppers, ants, beetles, whatever, you're going to become a foam fanatic. And another milestone here is the Streamer Supreme. So if you tie all the streamer flies, none of the flies tonight are streamers. But if you tie them all up and you send us proof, let us know, you will become part of the Streamer Supreme. And the final one, well, the second final one is the Nymph Master. So tie up all the nymphs. That's a lot of PHs there. And but the final one is if you tie every single fly, you don't have to tie all 6 of them that are in your kit. You could even just take pictures of the samples that you get, but you will go down in history as the season 7 legend.
Ooh,
now Craig Jones
stuff.
Tom Pape. It's so weird on YouTube, but made it. It's just a social experiment that we're trying out here. But yeah, guys, make sure you take this link, share it to Facebook, your grandma's page, your page, all your favorite fishing pages, because a lot of them, like Alberta Fly Fishing, won't let us post in there.
Funny that, huh? Opposing ideas, I suppose. That's okay. Not everybody has to love us. We can love them.
That's right. Yeah. That's what we do. Yeah, well, let's go check out and see who's on the couch tonight over here.
Who dat?
My name's Ren.
Ren? Who knows Ren?
Who knows Ren is a part of the couch folk?
The 2 people sitting in the 2 other seats in this room.
Oh, where's the cat?
The cat left
Lord
you?
left me. I'm sad. He left me. My kitty left me.
Nice.
I'm sure you'll survive.
No.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a horse rider. I do 3-day eventing at a stable called Extreme Stables. It's where you learn how to jump, do dressage, and cross country jumps.
You got to do all those in a 3-day event.
In 3 separate days, yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of taking off in the same crazy footsteps as your mom.
Mom does running. I'm doing
Well,
horse
yeah,
riding.
it's multi-days.
Yeah.
I mean, Dad goes fishing over 3 days sometimes.
Hey, we're going to New Zealand for a 6-day hike, so don't. Honestly, don't.
Just don't with
Just
me.
don't.
You should really ask Dana about his days in 3-day eventing and the clothing he used to wear.
Yeah, I
the
will have to
tights
find
and-
you photos and show you. Hey, just don't. Okay? Okay, just don't. End it. Stop the giggles.
Da-da-da.
Stop the giggles right now. Well, according to everyone's comments, nobody's enjoying a beverage except Scott.
Well, maybe we should.
We should. So, well, let's head over here and check out the Beer 30. And so what we're doing every single episode, and I'm going to try to do a better job amongst all the things like, get it on Facebook, not just YouTube. Mark Hammond's here. And what we're going to try to do is religiously let you guys know what beer we're sampling each and every week in this segment that we call Beer 30. So Tim and I, we will, if he remembers which ones they are. Nope, not that one. These two.
Which one do you want?
What is happening?
Well, we're going to try them both at the same time. So what we're going to start with, if anybody in here went out and purchased the beers, the first one here is from Steamworks Brewery, and it's called Steamworks Pilsner. Okay, and this one is from, I think they're in BC. I think they're all in BC. And so we're just going to pour it and try it and then rate it.
Give some opinion. Oh, it sounds good already.
This is how the show dies.
Yeah, he's pouring it right over his keyboard right now. That's brave. That is brave.
What's brave is not putting it on.
Oh,
Facebook.
man. Yeah. Trade ya.
Tim, I think there was a comment in there in invisible ink, and it said, "What's that? New sun shirts?"
Oh, really? Yeah. What is this, guys? We might all be donning the new sun shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Ren, you might have your favorite ginger ale. We don't know.
Yeah, it's like we're wearing a
All right,
An old man
Tom's
plaid
drinking Michter's
Michter's rye.
Michter's rye. All right, make sure you head over to flyvisionmover.com, TNL S7, and get your free Flango cards because we're going to play that tonight. How fitting, these shirts, this style, and this scene. Beer 30, Steamworks Pilsner. We were told
Cheers.
we need to pour beer in glasses because we're not
Liking
opening
the
them
beer.
up. Opening them up. Here I go. Here I go. Is anybody else in here? Look at Ted just being Ted. Ted
Pour. Jeez.
pour.
The critiques.
And these beer this week were sponsored by our friend Ted Died Rich.
Thank you, Ted. That's a nice one, actually.
It's a bit creamy.
Yeah, it's a little creamy. Just a little bit of stank at the end, but not like.
I should have poured it quicker to get rid of. I got to feel some gas, feel some bubbles. Don't stop. Just stop.
You want a taster?
Steamworks
I
Pilsner.
can't.
It is Steamworks
I'm
Pilsner.
a 9-year-old, Dad.
Yeah, we
No.
would never let you drink on the show.
Ever.
Ever. That's why we're not on Facebook tonight. 9-year-olds cannot drink on Facebook.
Yeah, that is not bad.
I feel like I should go get my bubbly.
You should go get something to drink.
Yeah. Go grab something.
Goodbye.
Don't trip on the cords on the way out.
Okay. All right, Tim, it's time to rank them. What I'm going to give this
Oh, man.
one.
It's hard because we're comparing them against a little bit in
3.
my head. Yeah, you think 3?
High 2. High 2, low 3. You're right. There's a bit something afterwards, but
A little bit of nail polish, but it's not.
yeah,
it's not
yes,
terrible.
it does. It's not Kona nail polish.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do the same. I'm gonna go 3.
All right.
I can't go up or down from that, but
All right. Tim's gonna go
Yeah.
3.
going 3.
All right. Somebody want to screenshot this for me? Somebody screenshot it. I'm only going to hold it here for 5 more seconds.
Screenshot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and done. I have the ability to screenshot it there, but I don't know if it works. So
Or crash this thing.
I quickly decided to paint the studio the other day, like 2 days ago.
Look at this, hey?
2 days ago.
It's beautiful. It's so warm in here. You surprised me
Okay.
too.
Do we want to? We'll do one more.
Yeah,
We'll
let's
do
do
one
one
more.
more.
Okay, let's. It's like this. It's like this. What's this music called? Like Ethereal or?
I feel like it would be music played while a waterfall's running somewhere in like
Like
an
beer,
elevator.
beer tasting. Guys,
Right.
this one here is called What the Huck?
What the heck?
What the Huck? And it is, as you can see without the glare, a berry ale from Fernie Brewing Company just down the road. Just down the road.
Just a couple hours down the road. John said he got the shot for you.
I caught that. You're a good man. You were a good man. Even named a hole in the river after him.
And it wasn't for failure either. Oh, right on the mic. Oh, nice work. You did it. He was getting cocky. He's trying to.
Mic check.
Oh, man. It's fine. It'll survive.
Guys, you're not.
Nope, not
We're going to
cracking.
pour it over here.
Oh, we got Mr. Agustin in the house. What's up, Eric?
I have a depth perception problem.
You do, yeah. Ooh, that's very fruity looking.
Yeah.
Is there some berries in that?
It's a berry
A
ale.
berry ale. Very berry. Look at that. That colors. Got a little berry appearance to it. This is what happens when you try to get fancy.
All right. All right.
Curious.
If you want to sponsor a new microphone, head over to the links. Sponsor my microphone. Berry ale. What the huck? It is with a touch of berries.
Nice. Cole said he loves What the Huck. He used to bounce at a bar that had that on tap.
What I love is the
He-
ambiance and the.
And he may have abused his.
Ted, how was
discount.
my pour? Ted, your sensory deprivation tank music. You need a spit bucket to get rid of leftovers.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
All right.
Most
here we
beers
go.
are good enough not to. That's very easy to drink.
We need towels down here for these moments.
Well, no spit bucket needed. No, you're not allowed.
There it is.
Oh, really? Really? That's interesting.
That's why we have two opinions. Let us know, guys. Are you drinking it with us? And what's your opinions? That's why we're here, and that's why we want to give you the beers before the show so you can try them along with us.
I'm
just waiting
I'm going
to-
4. I'm gonna do 4.
Guys, he did
Yeah,
it.
I did it.
He did it.
Yeah,
What the huck?
that's real good.
John,
Really?
screenshot this again. screenshot this again. 4 drunk robins. We got to find a name for them. We've found a name for everything so far.
They look like they're straight out of like, what's that? The cartoon company that does like, they did like Monsters Inc. You know what I'm talking about? And they have a lamp that hops out on the screen.
Oh,
DreamWorks
Pixar.
or Pixar, yeah, Pixar, and they have like those bird little shorts. That's what those guys look like.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Come on,
Yeah, that one was great.
you haven't had young kids in a while, I can tell.
That's the funny thing about kids. They don't stay young forever. Is it still working or is it a wet mic? Nothing.
I can hear you. It sounds good on this end.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. Infamous NAC. Happy New Year to all. Nick from South Florida. What's up, guys? Let us know. What are you drinking? Did you try What the Huck with us? Did you try Steamworks with us? Did you give it a 4? Did you give it a 2? Or did you give it somewhere in between or on the other ends, 1 and a 5?
Yeah.
I'm with Tim. 3.5 to 4. Wow.
Yeah, that's I agree.
That's great. You guys can drink your What the Huck beer.
What do you think, Ren? How are you rating that bubbly over there? How many stars are you giving it?
I'll give it 4.
Oh, she's giving 4 bubblies.
What kind is that one?
Watermelon.
Oh, that is a good one.
Yes.
It's a good one.
Yes.
Very nice.
All right. Well, folks, it's that time where we're grateful to say thank you to our sponsors. And before I do that, I just want to read you guys something, which probably just going to pop over here by myself and have a little one-on-one time. Because before we show the sponsor reel, there's been some changes this year. Some beautiful changes. And I just wanted to read you guys a little something about the epiphany that Tim and I... Let's get a little bit of gas. Don't worry, we're going to tie some flies. The San Juan Worm, the Mole Midge. We're going to change the music and get the pace going. But as we proceed and we grow and we move into a new season, I just thought about something this summer and I wanted to share with you guys. How do you make a group stronger? You start by understanding this paradox. If everyone is family, then no one truly is. A group without definition is just a crowd. It's blood that binds a tribe, borders that shape a country, and intention that forges a team. Without boundaries, there's no belonging, just noise. Closing the door creates the room. It's not exclusion for exclusion's sake, but the purposeful act of defining who belongs within the space and why. A door isn't just a barrier, it's an invitation to those who share the vision, the work, the commitment. By shutting it, you're not shutting others out. You're keeping the room intact for those who are ready to build something real. Gather with purpose. Don't just assemble, align. A group isn't strengthened by numbers, but it's shared efforts and understanding. Exclude with purpose too, not to diminish others, but to preserve the clarity and cohesion of what you're creating. A strong group knows what it's about, and just as importantly, what it's not. Strength isn't found in being all things to all people. It's in knowing what you stand for, who stands with you, and having the courage to close the door when it really matters. Because once the door is shut, the real work begins. The room becomes a place of action, connection, and growth. A room with purpose is a room worth building.
Innovation is in our DNA here at Fish Pond, and this year we're raising the bar. From the brand new Storm Shadow line with industry-first weather resistance to new Nomad net models crafted for any application. Built for every mile, the entire line is crafted for the rugged demands of adventure travel to the ease of everyday angling. Head on over to fishpondusa.com to find a dealer near you.
Times and places are all in who you share them with. And it's life, and the point is enjoying who you share it with.
And that's what it's all about. So you guys could see at the end that the TNL Fam is a sponsor of this year. And you guys, and I've asked you for these photos, so everybody who sent them in, you made the commercial.
Yeah.
And so you just got to take a photo with your season 7 kit. There's a lot of you out there who have not sent in photos, so feel free to just take a picture. And I want to make that a 2-minute commercial because you guys, getting back to you guys is what it's all about this year, and not feeling the pressure from some people to change the way that this thing is orientated. And for everybody who stepped up and bought a kit this year, whether you had 100 million bags of chenille and you didn't need one more, you believed in what we're doing here at TNL. And just really want to thank you guys, because truly you guys are what the show is all about. And we want to thank out Fish Pond and High Drift Boats, 2 massive supporters of us in the summer and us in the winter during tying season. And just really excited to have them on board with us this year. Also, did you notice at the end of the Fish Pond commercial, there is a special link for us, the TNL Fam.
Yeah.
It's fishpondusa.com/TNL. So make sure that you visit that website at least 10 times tonight each. And when you wake up, do it tomorrow, and then buy some stuff from there. Because truly, before we seek out sponsorship or partners or people to be with us during this journey, we make sure that there's stuff that we use and that we love. And as far as High Drift Boat goes, our whole crew's in High Drift Boats. We've been in, what are you on, your 4th Hyde?
Yeah.
Truly magical. And I finally got into the sea deck flooring this year, guys. So
here's the thing with
just
Dana that's going to give you a little insight into him.
He's fine.
Change is not easy, as it isn't for most of us.
I don't change my diapers often.
And it started small. It started with this little trash can idea on the High Drift boat.
That's great idea, Jordan.
And but no, he joined the sea deck
He's
crew.
not wrong, guys.
It's tough, but some of us forged the path, and he loved it and is now part of the party. And
Thomas the Doubter.
He has the sexiest looking boat out there, honestly.
I think so
it
too.
says, what does it say? Right on the floor, so you can see it every day.
Yep. It's I should have put a photo up.
Yeah, you should have.
It's not me, it's Hyde. Hyde worked with SeaDeck, and I'll show you later. It's super cool. I'm grateful. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna tie a fly, and the first fly that we're gonna tie is the San Juan Worm. So if you open up your kit, your episode 1 kit, as we've kind of asked you guys to do beforehand, is just get your materials ready. Not like there's a lot of materials in this one.
Not really, no.
But yeah, can you post the link for the fish pond? Yeah, I can. I just got to make sure I'm actually. I'll do that when Tim's time to fly. I think. Let me check. I think it's fishpondusa.com/TNL. There. I think that's what it is. If that takes you to some random website, it's not it. So Jack over at Fish Pond, Lemoyne, Alec, Matt, all the boys at Hyde and Tyler. We're so grateful for you guys to be on this journey with us, supporting what we love to do and the mission that they believe in. So, get your worms ready.
It's worm time.
And before we do that, let's learn a little bit about the worms. Should we?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's something that I hope I didn't bite off more than I can chew. Because, folks, this is called Getting Buggy with Dana. And what I'm going to hope to do here is just a little bit of education before we tie a fly. And I know it might get redundant. And then if it gets redundant, we'll move on and I'll have another little tip and trick here. But because a lot of you people ask me, what is the fly? Why does it work? How does it work? And how to fish it. So I put a little something together before the fly is tied. So I felt like I had a purpose other than spilling beer in my microphone and stuff like that. So this this segment is called Getting Buggy with Dana. So you can ask questions here. You can ask questions later. We'll just kind of see how it goes and how it flows. But worms in the trout's diet. What are aquatic worms? Well, they are annelids. Okay, so there's some main categories of the entomology. And I love talking about entomology, but I don't love getting geeky about entomology. Entomology for fly fishing is different than entomology for a master's degree in being a bug nerd. Annelids, soft body organisms. They are found in muddy or silty riverbeds. Okay, so when do worms come out? Well, they're kind of there all the time. But another thing to notice is that they come in natural colors like pink and red, like we're going to be tying tonight, and also brown and nude, which I didn't put on there. But worms are everywhere. And as a kid, you remember dunking worms with a bobber. Well, it's kind of the same thing. So this fly is very simple that we're going to tie, but it's very effective. So don't negate the ease of tying this fly. And when you tie one, you should tie 300. All right. So next thing, high water conditions, spring runoff, heavy rains, heavy rains, and rain. When it rains, what do you look out on your sidewalk and see? You see worms. They come out of the cracks. I don't know why, but they do. They're drowned out. And then they get washed into the river. And then the trout sit by the storm drains and they gobble, gobble, gickle. They eat all the worms and they don't even spend a nickel. So remember, always have a worm on, because if you don't know what the fish are actually eating, throw in a worm. If there's muddy, silty water, if there's storm drains, that's the kind of thing that you would like to fish. Tailwaters, okay, great source of worms. How to fish the worm patterns? Well, they're not dry flies and they're not streamers, as I mentioned earlier, but they are bobbing down in the river. So indicator rigs, tight line rigs, you can put them as a dropper rig if you would like to do that so much as so. A little pro tip here is think of the worm pattern as your go-to option during all water conditions. And I wrote dirty because we talked about the rain. And if you see the river turning brown, muddy, whatever, grab your worms. And they're trout candy. So that essentially is the worms in a nutshell. Not a lot to the worms. There's not a lot of mystique. They're just tied simple. They fish simple. We did a wire worm. Last year we did a squirmy worm. We've done a lot of kind of worms. But the San Juan worm is something we're going to tie up now. So if you have any, I probably don't have a ton of questions here because this is just a very simple worm. And remember to ask yourself, can you grow them in size? Well, yes, you can. I think that answers that. All right, I'm trying to find this. There it is. And I'm going to find some better music. Oh, you want to switch your mic?
Yeah. Let's switch it. There we go. All right, the San Juan worm. Yeah, like Dane said, man, what a great pattern. Don't overlook it at all. We're gonna be tying this in a very classic style tonight. We're using an unweighted, kind of on the smaller side. This is a size 12 hook, but definitely can go bigger. I mean, think about the earthworms that you see coming out of your lawn, and sometimes we see them getting washed in the river too. They can be bigger and all different colors. This is gonna be a fairly basic pattern. We have essentially one material on a hook and some thread, but we're really gonna break down some techniques as we go into this. There are gonna be people who are fairly new into tying here. We do each season like this on purpose. We want to gradually get you into different techniques and moving on into the more challenging flies we have coming up over the next 13 weeks. So I'm gonna take it slow. If you have any questions, don't forget, just type in SOS into that comment thing. It'll stop the show. We'll answer your question or give you a chance to catch up if you need to. We do want you to be successful. We want you to get these flies tied if you're tying along with us tonight, okay? All right, so here we go. This is our worm. I'm gonna get this one out of the vise and get our next hook placed in there. So this is a scud style hook in a size 12 that we're tying on tonight, okay? And I'm gonna be using some UTC 70 in red. This is what I'm tying with, okay? Just to match the color. You also could think of this as maybe doing some type of hot spot on it. You could maybe use it with brown thread or pink thread, something a little bit different that would show some contrast, but we're just gonna stick with the standard coloring here. Before I get my thread going on there, the very first thing I like to do is you'll see that if you're tying out of our kits, we've given you the length of worm already. I'm just gonna come in here and I'm gonna hit this with a lighter on the ends. And the reason I do this is it causes a lot more durability in this fly. It won't want to unravel because chenille has that rope that runs through it and these fibers wrapped around it, and they can at times come apart. So I'm just going to give a little touch to it. I see that it kind of, excuse me, brings that down and tapers it and also secures anything from wanting to come unraveled. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to come back to my thread on your bobbin. Okay, so very, very, very simple thing to begin with, but when I'm starting my thread on my hook, and on this one in particular, we're gonna start just behind the eye, I basically need to create a cross-wrapping motion, okay? And that's what's gonna secure that tag end. So I'm wrapping back over top of that thread, and I'll do, 4, 5, 6 turns, so I know it's not going anywhere, and then I'm gonna come in here with some scissors and snip out that tag end, okay? Now on this specific pattern, we want to lace the whole hook shank with red thread.
Question about SOS, is it still a thing? Someone might have missed it.
Yes, definitely. SOS is still a thing. So if you need me to stop for anything or you have a question, just drop SOS. The screen will flash like that. I'll know to give a stop and you ask your question, or we'll wait for you to catch up. No problem there. As I move down this hook, I want to cover the whole hook shank with that red thread. And I'm gonna take it just over top of the bend, slightly into the curve of the hook, and I'm gonna come all the way back up again. So we really wanna cover up any of that hook shank with the thread. And once I get back up behind the eye, I'm gonna do one more time back down. Now this is maybe a little bit on the smaller side of what we would normally tie on. We'd tie on a little bit bigger hook, and you might have a longer worm, but it's not a big deal. The tying of them is all the same. And it's good to be working sometimes a little bit smaller hooks as well. So I want to try to find basically the midway on this chenille. I'm going to try to get as much hanging off the back as in front. If it's not exact, it's not a big deal. Then I'm going to come back to the rear end of the chenille and I'm going to hold it with my fingers. I'm going to come up and I'm going to get a collecting wrap up over top, and I'm going to kind of use my fingers to pinch so that it can't twist around that hook shank. So I've only got one wrap on there right now. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 or 6 wraps, and then let my thread hang. And this is kind of our last chance at the back end here to make sure that that chenille is sitting right up on top of the hook and I can still move it a bit, which I'm happy with. I want it to be right up on top, so if you're looking at it in this angle, it's perfectly on top of the hook shank, okay? Now I'm gonna pull up on that front portion and I'm gonna wrap my thread up and underneath, and I'm gonna find the midway point on that hook, which is basically gonna be with my thread hanging right around the point of that hook, okay? Then I'm gonna lay that chenille back over top. I'm gonna do the same thing I did in the back. I'm gonna get a gathering wrap. I'm gonna kind of pinch on top, pull down, make sure it's good and tight. As long as it's right up on top still, I'm gonna take that same kind of amount of wraps again. Okay, so now I've got it attached in the middle. Now all we got to do is go one more time. We're going to take it all the way forward to just behind the eye. So I'm going to pull back on that chenille again, take it all the way up to the front, right behind the hook eye. I'm going to lay that chenille down again, and I'm going to get a thread wrap right up on top. I'm going to do 1 or 2. Make sure that that chenille is right up on top of the hook shank, and you should still be able to move it. Make sure that it is. Then I'm going to follow it up with another 3 or 4 turns. Pull down nice and tight, and make sure it's all on there. And I can check it, look from on top, make sure that it's secured. Now I've got 3 good attachment points on this hook shank. I check again, make sure I've got good coverage, the hook's not showing through anywhere, which I like that. I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna pull that chenille back a little bit. I'm gonna drive a wrap or 2 just in front. It's gonna kind of help that prop it up, come back behind. And now all I gotta do is whip finish or half hitch this, whichever you prefer is your finishing knot. I'm gonna use a whip finish tool. So I'm gonna come in and stab on the thread, gonna wrap around, allow it to fold. If I can see my number 4 shape, I know I'm in the right position. And I'm gonna do a 3 turn whip finish. Off the butt end first, then down to the point. Hold tight, and that's good and secure. You can go ahead and give it a second one of those knots if you like. I'm gonna put a little bit of resin on here so that I know that it's not gonna go anywhere, so I'm not worried about doing another knot. I'll flip that upside down, and I'm just gonna take my UV Solarez Bone Dry. This is a curable resin. If you don't have that, you've got some nail polish or Sally Hansen, that's totally fine. I'm just gonna dab a little bit where I put my knot on, grab my curing light, and cure that for 3 or 4 seconds. And just like that, that is your San Juan Worm. Not too complicated, very, very simple pattern. And like Dana said, if you're tying one, you might as well tie 3 dozen of them, because you are gonna go through them. When you're fishing something like this on an indicator rig, or you're fishing it more as quote unquote a nymph, or with weight, you're gonna lose some on the bottom, so it's always a good idea to just have a whole bunch of these in your box. It's one of those patterns, like he said, think of it as your go-to to start your day if you don't know what's hatching or you don't know what's working. Always keep one of these on your rig. So you're gonna wanna have a whole bunch of them in your box, and once you get tying them, you can spin out a few dozen in no time. That is our San Juan Worm.
You're on mute is the famous quote we used to get. Good news is my microphone is still working. And great job, great tie.
Oh, that's a complicated one.
So that should be your first pattern that you learn, because it teaches you a little bit of thread control, material control, and you got lots of room to whip finish at the top. Tie it on a bigger hook. The fish will not laugh at you if your worm is small. And yeah, I forgot Rosina. I suck. But the next fly, thankfully, has some more of that resin, and I can definitely make it work there. So yeah, new sun shirts, folks. New sun shirts. Do you love them? Well, they're not for sale yet. Soon. There's kind of 2 different styles here, and I think we're gonna go with this one.
Yeah.
A little more brighter.
A better fit.
And the back of them is Tim. Turn around and show us. Yeah, love people catch fish. If the 70s were a sun shirt, my grandma's couch would be just this. So, these will be coming out soon for pre-orders. Make sure you save your money, because everybody wants this shirt, because it's part of your collection of Fly Fishing Boat Outfitters sun shirts.
Yeah. There's been a few.
There's been a few. There's been a lot. Who's got all of the sun shirts? Maybe we should make them a sun shirt that says, I got all the sun shirts.
Or a sticker. They get their badge.
Yeah. Fish the worm round. Fish the worm year round in New Hampshire. We might do that here too.
Yeah, we might.
There was a question about brown and orange, and I think that's only a great color if you're the A&W root beer bear.
Yeah, I wouldn't fish it on the boat. Anyways.
So what we do is we fly through these shows, because the tying gets a little bit easy. The jokes get a little bit queasy. And Doug just texted me and said he doesn't quite have a YouTube account yet, so he cannot comment.
Oh, no.
But I I kind of like this because there's quite a big audience on the YouTube here, and it's usually split up. But do you guys feel a little closer to one another now that you're all on the same platform?
It's a great question.
It is a great question.
Should feel
Petition to bring the bear one back. Well, we don't usually bring shirts back. It's a one and done.
I'm with them though. That was one of my faves. Love
Yeah,
that
and
logo.
Ren too. She's over there
Shaking her
just
head.
shaking her head at me. Don't. She's saying just don't. Okay, well, you know what we need to do, folks, is play some Flying Go.
Yeah. Is my mic on over here? I feel like it's
No,
good.
no, you just.
Hey.
It's just been
I'm
great
back.
watching you mouth that.
I'm just like, where do I talk?
Okay, well, let's do this quickly before. Just want to try one more beer.
All right. Am I just picking a random or what?
No, they're in there. There's the one on the right. Yeah. I think that's it. Is that IPA? No, that's a Scott. There's got to be an IPA in there. Yeah, that one. I don't think the Scottish ale is going to be quite the fan favorite. Oh, man. Okay, Ren, you're on.
Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
You need to be back involved.
Okay, let's take these off. Everybody,
That's my bubbly.
flyfishingbowriver.com. Hang on. Let me write it in. Do you always fish the San Juan on fluoral? Always
Yeah.
fish fluoral. It is rare nowadays that I fish mono.
Well, unless
tell
you're
'em
fishing
what you-
dry. Yeah. So
Tell them what you think, and I'm
So-
going to write this in here.
my opinion, and a lot of this has been discussion over the years, but fluoro, especially anything subsurface, we know fluoro sinks a little quicker, not drastically, but it does sink quicker. It also has a lot more abrasion resistance, which anytime you're fishing subsurface, you want every little bit of advantage as you can. If mono takes a little nick on a rock, it's going to break really easily, whereas fluoro doesn't. At the same time, most fluoro, if you actually look at the diameter of it at the same pound or strength quality as mono, it's actually thinner and smaller. So we get a little advantage of you could maybe be fishing 3x and it looks more like 4x to a fish versus what mono would look like. But if we're fishing dry flies or something on the surface, we don't want it to sink. We don't want that quality working towards us. We would love to fish the fluoro because it's stronger, but we can't fight the fact that it will sink, and we don't want that to happen on our dry fly. So I don't know, I think you agree with this, but that would be my opinion.
Yeah. It's weird because I've switched over to fluoral a lot, and it's rare that I will fish mono. And when I do touch mono, it feels really weird because I spend so much time with fluoral. And another thing is, like, on your nymph rig, when it gets snagged and then it comes free, that mono kind of has a memory, and I think it changes the way that it looks and fishes. But a good comment over there was Cam. He said you could basically fish a worm on climbing rope and it would still work.
That's not totally accurate.
This
yeah.
one might be out of Tim's wheelhouse, but it's from Vancouver Island Brewing, and it's called the West Coast Trail IPA.
Can I give my number without even drinking
And
it?
it looks a little something like that. Remember, Ted is our friend from BC, and he brought these
Thanks,
to the
Ted.
party. He brought these to the party. So we poured them in a glass, and a great pour, I might add.
It is, yeah.
The microphone is dry, and here we go.
Can we get a little explanation on like IPA though? Like it's to.
Yeah,
I
it's
know
an
I'm
Indian
a little foreign
pale ale.
to it.
So
right?
This exceptional West Coast IPA is a toast to the West Coast Trail. The bright citrus and pine aroma and flavor pays tribute to our magnificent forest and wild Pacific coastline. So correct me if I'm wrong, my fellow craft beer connoisseurs. I believe the reason they're so hoppy is because when they were doing long treks from like India to England, they had to do that to keep the beer. It wouldn't keep if they didn't make it super hoppy like that.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
Really?
You just pulled that out of somewhere?
I don't know. Somebody
Tell
can
us.
answer me.
Fact check us.
Fact check this guy. I am right. It's something. Hey, Chaz, snagging is
Hey,
bragging.
Chaz,
Your
what's up,
dreams
buddy?
like Cam's 14-foot leaders.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron.
Well,
That's why my tippet helder has 8 spools. It is actually wild how much you go through sometimes. But
Yeah.
one point to add about fluorocarbon is it will not degrade in the water. So
the
you got to be a
sun,
lot more
The
careful
water, yeah.
to
of
clean up
taking
after
your
yourselves
stuff
and
with
not
you.
leaving it in the water. Yeah.
Unless you break them all off like John did in John's hole. John's hole.
There's some of that too.
John's hole was magnificent. We just didn't get any fish.
Are we talking about Honorati?
Yeah, remember?
Oh, that hole. Oh, man.
Down from Cottonwood there, like hadn't caught a fish all year, and we rode up like 4 or 5 times, and you guys came through behind us and caught 2 fish.
Yeah, but he brought his
Anyways.
girlfriend, and when you bring your girlfriend,
Yeah, well,
it just-
he did the right thing.
He
He
did.
let her outfish him. All right,
she
here we
did
go,
well.
folks.
Yeah. Okay.
Hops is a natural preservative. See,
Hi,
I know the story.
Tom.
I just don't know all the details. All right, here we go.
Enjoy. Thoughts?
It's
I'm letting
nice.
my palate think.
It's not super hoppy. Like it's.
It's not punchy in the throat like
It has like a little penny after. No, not even. No.
This is a yes or a no? Or are we going to rate it?
I'm gonna
We're
rate
gonna
it.
rate it.
I'm gonna rate it.
All right. Dad, you're first.
I'm first, eh? Oh,
I'm
he already.
first.
Yeah, I'm with Dane. I'm a 2.
Yeah, I'm a 2. Couple of 2s, folks.
But IPA for me is probably never gonna rate higher than a 2. But that's just my
See,
palate.
I
so.
like IPAs. John, screenshot it.
Clean thought.
Eric wants us to kill 10 minutes so he can get home.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know.
It's not getting better.
I don't think it's getting better. I don't think it's getting worse though. Like it's very. I'll say as most IPAs I've ever had, this is a very easy one to drink. It's not so crazy hoppy, but it's definitely got some.
Cam thinks
Yeah.
it tastes like a roll of dimes.
Why is everybody hating on me? My sips the size of my mouth.
Well, truth be told, I think a 2 is the max.
Yeah, it's not getting higher.
It's not getting higher. We've allowed it to breathe, air out. And you know what? It feels really good to be back.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like actually back.
Like actually back.
Yeah.
You guys like the new paint job?
You should look at this
Nobody's
beautiful
even
color.
commented on it.
The contrasting colors.
Yeah. Right, Ren?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it too.
Feels so comfortable and warm.
It is. It's warm. That's the best way to put it, I think.
It looks like our house, so I like it.
Well, I would not know.
Yeah. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Ren, you want to invite me out one time?
Yeah.
Just have to say the word.
Our house.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
Tuesday nights. I'm
Yes.
free. I'm being Red Deer, just doing nothing.
Well, come on over, sir.
Oh, well, that's.
I got
just-
lots of work I need help with.
Okay.
Yeah, Dad needs help with the work, and you could come outside and see what we mean by the sense that it looks like our house.
Okay. Well, I can't wait. Sounds like Dad needs some help on the snow machine.
Yeah,
Not
well,
just the snow machine.
yeah, I fell off pretty good.
Without
it's-
a helmet.
I was wearing a helmet. It's just hard to get Uncle Dana to get north of Red Deer, okay?
Just have to ask.
Ha.
Ha. Okay, folks. Everyone's got their bingo cards because we are about to play Fly Ingo.
Lango.
Oh,
It's time.
I'm excited.
Flamingo.
And that's the first 4 calls right there.
Yeah, so if you haven't got your card,
You can download
it's
it.
not
right
hard.
there.
Just go over to the website below, grab your card. So we're doing one line anywhere. So angle, sideways, up, down, you got it anywhere. You just got to have a whole line. That's all. I don't know how to over-explain it.
One line anywhere. So, deux, trois, quatre,
Quatre,
cinq,
cinq,
six, six,
Where'd you get that,
Guys,
Tim?
I'm already on a
French person in this house.
I'm on a 7-day streak of Duolingo, and I'm learning Arabic.
Oh, you're learning Arabic, not French. So where do you get to the count to 6?
I don't know how to count in Arabic yet. Okay.
Do you know how to count French?
Yeah. De 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
That's not how you... 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20,
No.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26,
20, 21, 22, 23.
24, 25, 26,
22.
27, 28, 29.
All right.
A lot of numbers.
Tell your tutor I need help. All right, 3 in a row. 3 in a row.
All right.
If you get bingo, flyingo, what do you say? We want to thank Fish Pond. Why don't we show the prizes? We've got all the prizes here from us, plus Fish Pond has made prize packages for every single week from here to the end. And we're just waiting for them to arrive. So we don't know exactly what's in them, but that will be
Part of
this.
Yeah. So we've got, to start, got a Missouri River Montana hat
From our friends at Wolf Creek Anglers.
Creek Anglers. From
Just drop
us
it.
here at Fly Fishing Bull River, me and Dana, we got a whole, come on, focus,
It's a
dude.
dozen dry flies, 6 streamers, and 6 hoppers. That's a
This is actually
Wow.
this might not make it to wherever it's supposed to go.
well. You can always win, Tim.
That's
that.
should.
Oh, yeah.
That right there is worth its weight in
You
gold.
don't need any more flies. I'm the one that needs
Hey,
more flies.
okay, well then play.
And on top of that, from us here as well, we've got probably my favorite, to be honest.
Yep,
sun
mine
shirt.
too, mine too.
Fly Fishing Bull River Camel sun shirt. Coming at you in a size large, which should fit almost anybody.
Well, we can do
yeah,
most
just-
sizes.
just let
We've
us
got
know.
most sizes.
We've got an. I'm gonna open these because you can't see them very well. An awesome pair of nippers, pro nippers, right there, and probably the most important thing in this entire kit.
Yep. I so agree.
What happens if they get that?
Captain Clutch.
If you get this, you don't have to go to the Doors of Doom.
Doors of Doom. So, folks, you get a free Flyingo card. Also, I'm throwing in a season 7 kit.
You what?
And
I didn't see that.
yeah, because this is the
Yeah.
first episode.
Yes, Dad. There's a.
Here's what I want though, guys. If you already have a season 7 kit, maybe you win and you're like you want it because that's what you want. But let's try to get it in the hands of somebody who doesn't have one. So maybe you have a friend, or maybe you want us to give it to somebody else. But maybe you win and you win it all. And the Captain Clutch sticker, folks. So when you win the bingo, when you get the one line, you know what happens? And you don't have a Captain Clutch sticker, you got to go face the wizard. And the wizard's not nice. And the wizard makes you go through the Doors of Doom. And so that always, well, I could say always, but it doesn't always go well. But if you have a Captain Clutch sticker, which you can buy on our website, is immunity. As you saw in the intro to the show, the captain showed up. Because the reason the wizard exists is because Finn, the original TNL creator, was giving everybody his fishing secrets. And the wizard was upset. And the wizard said, no more. And then the captain showed up and said, if you have one of my stickers, you are immune to this wizard and his disastrous greed.
Stickers are somehow magical.
Yes, they are.
But we'll let you decide. So, anyways, if you get bingo, you say bingo, and then you say your card ID number. Okay? And then we're going to check it. We do have a tiebreaker here because sometimes there is tiebreakers.
And there's
needed.
one more thing you should put in there too. Your call. Which call it comes on.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
call
You can
call
see there.
for, and then your bingo. So say bingo, call for, ID number, whatever. Okay? And we can look you up. So you got about, with whatever Fish Pond's sending up, you got about $700 or $800 in
That's a
gifts.
prize pack right there, man.
Well, that's what we do here every
Man.
single episode from here till the end of March. We just blow your mind. We just
Just blow your mind.
we just blow your mind.
Whoa. Trippy. Is that to help us with our math or something?
It's math. We already mathed hard once.
5 plus 5.
Okay, enough. That's supposed to blow
That's
your mind.
it.
All right. Erica wants to show me up with day 75 of Spanish on Duolingo. Well, try Arabic and see how you do. Why would we be learning Arabic? We don't know yet. We'll tell you later.
You're gonna have to get on it.
All right. Anyways, next call.
Next call
is the Parachute Madam X.
Ooh, that's a good fly. I like that one actually. So we got the Sulfur Soft Hackle, the Film Critic, the Mole Midge, which we're gonna tie up next
Shortly.
the Poacher, and the Parachute Madam X.
We typically take about 2 hours during the show to tie up a couple flies, tell some lies, win some prize. Be those guys.
Who blow your
Eyes.
minds.
We don't rap all the time. It's free tonight. You don't start a GoFundMe for our rap account.
It's just not. It has been on point sometimes. There's been a few times.
All right.
Just not right now.
Comments are coming in. We need the bingos. Okay, next call. We need one line anywhere. Bingo. Ken McCutcheon.
Ken Kutch.
McCutcheon.
Oh, Kutchy.
Kutch wins a free kit because he refers the most people to us at the start of the season. He doesn't have a Captain Clutch sticker.
Oh, come on, bro.
Come on, you're gonna have to go to the doors of the
Yeah, he is. Ken, you've been here before. Call number and what bingo? Say bingo 29, call 6. And we'll enter it in our program.
That's actually pretty good. It's on 6. What is it, 4
Funny
across
thing
or 5
is
across?
I don't remember how to see if they won.
Oh, call
Call
5.
Verify bingo
'cause
card.
we got-
Okay,
we got
2,
another one.
3, 4, 5. We got ties.
We got a tie.
Okay, Scotty Borchelt. You got to be the write down.
Okay, I'll write down.
Scotty was on call 6. Okay, so
Scotty
Scotty
doesn't know.
Ken was on call 5. Ken was on call 5. So if the truth be told that Ken gets it, I even said I needed a clutch sticker. Well, with all the money you saved on winning the kit, you could have bought yourself a Captain Clutch sticker.
Just saying.
Anyways, let's check it out. Call 5. Bingo card 005. Is that right?
Yep.
He's bingo card. Oh, he's bingo card 29. Bingo card 29.
29.
Dan, let me know. 30 morning 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7, 8, 9.
025.
Okay, bingo card
Call
29. Alt call 5. And it's going to show up right here. He sure did,
got
folks.
it.
He sure did.
Oh, man.
fishpondusa.com/TNL. Make sure you head over there right now and do some shopping at our friends Fish Pond. And anyways,
The year of the wizard begins now.
I don't remember how all this works, but it goes a little something like this.
Uh-oh.
Something like this. Ken McCutcheon! What's rendered? She doesn't have the right voice.
Give it to me.
Alright, I can't figure out your voice. You don't get a sound.
What?
Where did it go?
Good voice. Wow, that's something. What?
There, we all have something special going on.
Maybe the best one yet. The couch voice. Oh my goodness. What even is that?
Oh my goodness. Oh, it hurts.
Oh, goodness. That's special.
Dad is gonna cry. Dad is gonna cry.
It's some horrible horror movie.
Can't do it, get on with it already.
It hurts.
Alright, pull it together.
Pull it together. Pull it
Pull it
together.
together. Pull it together.
I can't.
It's like she's 50 years old.
You sound like a person from a movie I watched.
Alright, serious note.
Okay, keep it together.
Oh, he already chose door number 3.
Door number 3.
Oh no. It's not even me.
You gotta stop talking, Ren. I can't do it.
Stop happening.
Sometimes things get out of hand here.
Yeah. He's definitely not winning. There's a lot of doors.
Are you sure, Ken? Are you sure you want to stay on door number 3? Or is there a chance that you want to change your mind? Do you want to change your mind, Ken? Or do you want to stay on door number 3? Tell me, I need your final answer.
Door number 3.
Do we just get booted off the internet?
Yeah.
Alright.
I would change your mind.
Ken. Final answer, Ken. I need to see it one more time because that could have been somebody at your house entering it on your keyboard.
Oh, gosh. I'm sweating.
Dad, just go and cry.
Oh, weird.
Okay.
He's not.
Wait, Ken
Okay.
just changed his mind. Does that mean you're... Okay, Ken, are you for sure choosing number 6? Tell me one more time, Ken Kutch. Ken Kutch, we need to tie a fly here. Michael wants door number 11, and I don't see it anywhere. Maybe he's smoking what we're smoking.
I think so.
Okay. Alright, Ken.
Come on, Ken. Confirm for us already.
time.
Jeez.
I need a confirmation before I open the doors. Number 6. Is that your final answer, Ken?
Door 6 at 6 on the 6. I'm breathing it.
Okay, guys, Ken picked
6. We're doing
door
door
number
6.
6. Door number 6.
Let's see it. Here it comes.
Door number 6. Oh my goodness, he gets 50% off a guided fly fishing trip in the year 2024.
Well, that's not worth much now.
That's
is it?
right!
Why did he get that of all things? He should have chose number 3.
Oh, Ken. Oh, the worst time of your life was that absolute bitter disappointment.
Innovation is in our DNA here at Fish Pond, and this year we're raising the bar. From the brand new Storm Shadow line with industry-first weather resistance to new Nomad net models crafted for any application. Built for every mile, the entire line is crafted for the rugged demands of adventure travel to the ease of everyday angling. Head on over to fishpondusa.com to find a dealer near you.
Times and places are all in who you share them with. And it's life, and the point is enjoying who you share it with.
Oh my
Well.
goodness.
My abs hurt. That's true.
Yeah, I have.
I haven't laughed that good in a long time. I needed that.
Yeah, that's very true. Not in a lifetime.
Somehow Ken believed the wizard.
Yeah.
What the truth was I was like three's the good choice.
Wizard in plaid.
I was like
Dressed in
three.
plaid.
Oh, I can't.
That's too bad. But you know what happens if it doesn't go this week?
It gets added to the next week.
It builds.
The pile.
And if it goes too many weeks, and then you have a Captain Clutch sticker and you win.
Oh, yeah, life is good. So
Oh.
go buy your Captain Clutch sticker because you saw what happened to Ken tonight. What could happen to you is you just flash it. You're like, I got a Captain Clutch. And it's over. You win. You don't have to go
That's it.
through that agonizing, although quite entertaining. What was the door then? Cam's asking like we kiss and tell.
Yeah, you can't kiss and tell. We don't even kiss,
That's...
let alone tell.
All right, folks, we are going to tie the Mole Midge. And one more time before we jump into the Mole Midge, we're going to talk a little bit about
the bug.
The getting boogie with it. All right, so the Mole Midge. So midges are prolific. They are everywhere, and they are all the time. And sometimes they can be quite frustrating. Why? Because they're so small. And essentially, they are such a prolific hatch because they're all the time, right? So trout see them all the time. Now, there's a couple times that trout tend to key in on this hatch a little more than others. And that's when other food sources, other than worms, are more rare. So the spring is a great time, and the winter is a great time. They do exist all season long, but that's about the time they really key in on those little bugs. They are tiny insects that belong to the Chronomidae family, the chronomids, right? We know chronomids, you fish them in a lake. They're also midges, all right? They are like mosquitoes, but they don't bite. So don't fret when a midge lands on you. Get excited and start looking for subtle trout nudges of lips. I'm out of breath because of the Captain Clutch experience. There's a complete life cycle. The egg, the larva, the pupa, and the adult. The fly patterns typically imitate the pupa or the adult stage, such as what we're tying today with the Mole Midge. In the winter fishing on a warm day like we get here, we get a bit of a Chinook, and sometimes you're going to see midges all over the place. When they're easiest to fish or catch fish is when they're clustering up. So it's not common that you fish a midge. You fish like a Griffith's gnat, or you fish a mole midge, right? Mole midge isn't quite what I'm going for, but like a Griffith's gnat, it's a cluster of midges, and so trout can key in on that. But you also got to look for the rise form, because if you don't see the lips and you just kind of see the dorsal fins, they could just be kind of plucking those emergers out of the meniscus below the water, right? Not the one on top of the water, but the other one that I'm making up right now that exists below the water. So a fly like this would be great in that situation. And we had a situation like that this spring where the midge hatch was prolific and the trout were feeding on them and they were super hard to catch. But when we did, it was pretty awesome. Cold months, like I said, when the water and the sun kind of comes out a little bit, gives a bit of reprieve, you can start getting some noses that pop up. Dry dropper setup. So if you want to fish one of these pupas or larvas or emergers, you can sometimes fish them underneath of another dry fly, right? Or you can fish a bigger dry fly and attach it to that. Maybe a hopper's a little too big because they tend to be in more quieter water, and the big slab of a hopper in February might not quite be what's going on. So think of a little bigger caddis or an Adams or a bigger mayfly, or you can even use a stimulator, right? And then just tie it off 12, 20 inches off of that. Or you can fish them below your dry fly. Stealth is key. Like I said, they exist in these calm waters, which makes them a little trickier to get. So don't underestimate the midges just because they're small. They're constant in the trout's diet, and fishing them will lead to big success. Even with finicky fish, trust me, we had a hell of an April last year and we stuck with it. Not common on the bow, but it was common in April, and we did it. We caught some big fish and it was pretty awesome. And it reminded me that my midge fishing sucks and I got to get better at it. So here I am learning and teaching you guys how to get better at it from the small experience that I had last April. And that's getting buggy with it. Episode 1, we're going to head over. Tim's going to tie the fly, the Mole Midge.
All right. So let's get on to the Mole Midge. So a lot of what Dana was talking about, it's just it's a curious bug, and if you can land it just right, one thing I will say is, especially on the bow, there's so many of these all year round that sometimes we forget to fish them. But if you can recognize when they're feeding on this bug, it can be super effective. Now this specific bug can be fished a couple of different ways. If we added floatant to the head of this fly, that's basically going to sit like an emerger in the water. So instead of sitting like that, imagine that it's kind of sitting like that. This is sitting up in the surface of the water column, and this guy's sitting below. Now, as midges kind of emerge off the bottom, they could be deeper down. They also could have, as their wing case is starting to come out, this could represent that, and that can easily be fished deeper in the water column as well as they're starting to come up as an emerger. So there's a couple different ways to fish this fly. This is a very simple pattern, thank goodness, because we're tying it very small tonight. This is on a size 18. I think that might be one of the smaller ones we've ever done here. So although on the screen right now it looks very big, if you're holding it in your hand right now, you realize how small that hook is. So it isn't.
Put your fingers by it.
Yeah, that's my thumb.
Gosh.
So it's teeny, right? Look at that beautiful fingerprint. Oh, what a cool thing. So when we're tying this fly, a couple things to remember. When we're tying things small, we need to be very conservative with our thread wraps. We don't want to overdo it with the thread because we don't want to build this up to something bigger than it's meant to look like. It's meant to look very small. And most midges are not much thicker than the hook shank itself. Okay, so if we're thinking like a zebra midge, it's just thread and one wrap of wire, something like that. It's essentially what we're doing, but we're using a quill imitation material today to create the body of this fly, as well as some CDC and a little bit of crystal flash up at the head. So not a lot of materials involved in this one, but hopefully you can go along with us and get this one done. Again, if you need me to pause, don't forget to SOS in the comments and we will pause for you. So go ahead, find one of those teensy tiny hooks you have in your kit there, and let's get this fly started. So we again are tying this on a scud style hook, because we're going to be going down into that hook bend. So when I'm placing this in my vise, there's some other things I need to think of, and that is I need access into the bend of the curve, as well as if I have this tip down too far, as I'm tying materials, they're going to want to fall off the eye of the hook, because the eye is actually super tiny, right? There's not a lot holding anything on there. So we want to place this, I like to place it slightly vertical so that the eye is almost even with everything else because it is a downturned eye, and I don't want any materials as I'm tying this to slip off, okay? What I'm tying with tonight is I'm using some UTC 70, so a thin thread in this nice brown color. This is like a bronze brown color. Black, brown, olive, something in that color. Scapo is gonna work just well for this one, okay? First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna come in behind the eye like we did in the last one. Remembering I need to wrap back over the thread. That's what's gonna start to secure it. I'm gonna take a few wraps, not too many, and I'm gonna clip out the tag end of that thread. Then in your kit, you have some crystal flash. Now, what I've done is I've gone and just cut 3 equal length strips, or roughly equal length strips. And what I want you to do is I want you to take them and get them so that they're aligned. So you got 3 tips in your fingers. I'll show you this in just a second. And that's how we're gonna tie them in. So I've got 3 that are roughly even. Doesn't have to be perfect because we are gonna trim these again. I'm gonna give myself about a 1/2 inch sticking out in front of the fly because I am gonna trim this again in a moment, but I just wanna have a little bit more material to work with. This is actually probably the most difficult material to tie in on this fly because it is a synthetic, it is slippery, and it wants to go around the hook shank, so I need to be careful not to allow it to do that. So if I'm gonna get my first wrap to jump rearward, so if I come here and I don't have tension on my thread, you see it wants to go forward, right? And I need it to jump rearward. So I am a left-handed tyer. So for me, I'm gonna spin my bobbin clockwise. For you, if you're a right-hand tyer, you're gonna wanna spin your bobbin counterclockwise, but all I'm doing is taking my bobbin and spinning it. And that's gonna cause that thread to jump rearward. So you see I take tension off and it wants to jump back onto the material. So first wrap, jumped rearward. I'm gonna take 1, 2 more. I'm gonna let my thread hang, and then I'm gonna grab on both sides of this crystal flash and make sure that it's sitting right up on top of the hook shank, just like that, okay? Take 1 more wrap here. I'm gonna lift it up and I'm gonna put a thread wrap in front of the crystal flash, and then I'm gonna come back behind it. Take a couple more rearward, and then I'm gonna trim these off at a slight angle back down the fly, making sure I don't cut the front ones yet. Just a little clip here. Should be left like that. Now that tag end is just at a slight angle, and that kind of helps as I'm gonna be tying down the material, the next material as well. Now I want you to go into your kit and find the next material we're gonna be tying with, and this is a CDC plume. So this material, I think we've really fallen in love with CDC over the last couple of years for a lot of reasons, but it works super effective in a few different ways. For this fly specifically, it's meant to be more of a wing case opening and also a way to keep this up in the surface of the water. But it also can be used as a soft tackle. It can be used, it looks very realistic and has lots of movement. And each one of these little pieces of the material on the feather have a lot of microbarbules that look a lot like legs and just very buggy in general. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna orient it so that the butt end of the feather is pointed back down the fly. And I'm gonna point the tips of the feathers out over the fly, and I'm just pinching them down. Now, if I'm looking at the overall length of that hook, I'm gonna eventually want this to be about a 1/2 to a 3/4 of the overall hook shank length sticking out in front. So I'm gonna tie it in a little bit long, and I'll show you how you can judge it and pull it back so that you get the length that you actually want. So I'm gonna leave it a little bit long. I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. I'm gonna spin my bobbin in the direction that's appropriate for your hand of tying. I'm gonna pinch it so it stays up on top. Take a wrap. I'm gonna take 3 in total, and I'm gonna let my bobbin hang. So this is where I'm left with right now. Now you can see those feathers are sticking out at least a full hook shank in length in front, and I wanna shorten that up. So all I'm gonna do now to have a couple of securing wraps, so I'm gonna grab the butt end of the feather, and I'm gonna start to pull back on it. I'm gonna keep the tension on the thread, pull back, until I get the desired length. I'm just kinda looking at it, watching it. I think I'm gonna like it somewhere in there. Okay, so now I can take a few thread wraps forward and secure it. But remembering I want that to stay up on top of the hook shank, so I might have to grab like I am here. It wants to spin a little bit over top of the hook shank. Take a few thread wraps forward, making sure it stays right up on top, ahead in front of the fly. And now I'm gonna take some wraps forward right to the hook eye. Just like so. Okay, so I got that plume sitting out in front. Take a couple more because I gotta get a little closer to that hook eye. And it's tough on these smaller flies to always judge everything as it's happening, but that's what I want it to look like right there. I'm gonna come in here before I do anything else, and I'm gonna trim off that crystal flash right at the tips of that CDC feather. And then as I come back here, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna trim this off at a bit of an angle. Now remembering on these midges, and similar to mayflies, they have a thorax. So up at the head of the fly is a little thicker. So it's okay that we're adding a little bit of bulk up here at the head. And as we move down, it's gonna taper into the rest of it. So I'm gonna come down to basically where I tied that in. Make sure I have any little pieces of anything else kind of out of the way. Now I'm gonna go to the last material we have to put in today, and this is our synthetic quill body. So this could be tied with an actual quill. It could be coming off of a biot, or it also could be a peacock quill that's been stripped. Today we're using the synthetic one. It's actually really nice to work with. It's much stronger and it makes it easier for wrapping. And this is in the color, kind of a brown color. And the reason that this works really well with this thread is if the thread shows through on the hook shank, it just looks like the body of the fly. That's why matching the color semi-appropriately with something brown or olive or black is kind of the best way to go. There is two sides to this. If you're holding this material that I'm holding right now, you're gonna notice one side is a little sticky. And also on that sticky side, it's a little bit duller in color. What I'm showing you right now is the brighter side, okay? So that's a little brighter than this is. This is a little duller, okay? So what I wanna do is I wanna tie it in so that the dull color is facing out. So when I make my first wrap, the first thing it's gonna show is the shiny side of it. So I'm holding the dull end towards me. I'm gonna actually bring this up before I tie it in, and I'm just gonna cut a slight angle into it for the tie-in point, like that. I'm gonna lay it with that dull side facing towards me on the near side of the hook, so on the side of the hook facing yourself. And I'm gonna tie it in right where my thread is. So I'm gonna come up, get a wrap, and I'm slowly gonna start taking thread wraps back, keeping it on the near side of the hook shank. And we are gonna take this a little ways into the bend. Most midges, if you see them as a nymph stage, have some type of curve in the back of their body, just the way they're always appearing. So we're gonna take this a little further down so we're kind of capturing a little bit of that appearance. And once I get down to the back here where I'm happy with it, about halfway down that curve, I'm just gonna open spiral up, not touching wraps because I don't wanna build any extra bulk. And when I get up to the top here, I'm gonna throw a half hitch in, and that's just one simple overhand knot. And that is gonna basically save my work as I wrap this forward, okay? And it's okay wherever that knot lies. I know it's a very small fly like we said, so if it lies a little further behind the eye, it's totally fine. That's gonna be all covered up as we move forward with our wrapping. So,
let's check in with the people, make sure everybody's caught up.
Everybody caught up and happy?
Got up.
I'm not gonna wet my whistle.
Yeah, so we got...
God, it's so good.
I know.
It's the first one I've had this year.
Is it? Mm-hmm. It's just 5. I give it a 5. I give it 5 birdies for the Bow River Brewing.
Yeah.
Gingerbread Lager.
It's such a good one.
That's a good one. Anyways, we got some new people here. We don't. Tim must be very hungry to make them that way. It's never going to end, Tim.
I'm going to come over here and trim my nails for you a little bit.
We should get...
Listen, I make a promise to you.
First person to put $80,000 down on a GoFundMe, Tim will have new nails.
I will get a manicure at some point during the season.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Matea's in whatever class it is right now where that's what they're doing.
Oh, well, all right.
So, also, if Joel's throwing shade, you can make fun of the other day when he was coming to pick up his kits and his Tesla he was borrowing died.
Tesla, huh?
It died.
That's
so
fancy. Good for you.
We'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it there.
It's okay though. You can just plug it in.
He did. He was plugged in and waiting. I'm like, "Are you okay? Where are you?" He's like, "Yeah, Tesla died. We called for a ride."
It's probably Terry's.
Terry. I want to know whose Tesla it was.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I've never been in one.
I have, but that's not impressive.
We don't talk about it.
No.
Remember, we don't kiss and tell.
No, we don't.
All right, let's finish this fly. Just a few more steps.
Almost there, guys. Almost there. So, kind of the last thing we're going to do before we finish off this fly is we're going to start wrapping this forward. So remember, with that dull side facing you, my first wrap is actually going to bring it around. So the shiny side, like you, ooh, look at that shine. That shine right there is what we wanted. It's on the outside. Now we want to do nice touching wraps, with that back one being a nice tight wrap and everyone forward in front of that the same. Nice touching wraps. You're gonna get that little bit of brown from the thread kind of shining through the clear portion of this synthetic quill as we move forward. And we're gonna take this right up to behind that CDC feather. Get that last wrap in there, like that, like that. Now, obviously don't let go at this point. We need to secure that material. And if you've heard me talk about this before many times in the past, to secure this material, we want to take a wrap first behind it, then in front of it. And then repeat that at least one more time. Behind in front, behind in front. And that material is not going to go anywhere. Just like that. Now, kind of before I even trim this out or do anything else, I'm gonna pull this material up. I'm gonna put another wrap just ahead of that CDC feather. I know I'm kind of blocking it, it's hard to see, but that helps it stand up a little bit more. And then from here, all I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna whip finish this fly. I'm gonna use my half hitch tool. I find it easier on these smaller flies to do that. And we've kind of talked about the half hitch tool before. But this thing is just, I mean, on a lot of different tools even has it. So this is my bodkin, okay? On the back of my bodkin, it even has one. It's just, you could even use an empty pen. But what it is a hole that's gonna fit over the hook like this, and the thread wraps are gonna slide off it. So I'll show you how I do it. All I'm gonna do is come in here. I'm gonna find the smaller side of these two. I'm gonna lay my tool on my thread, go around it once, twice. I'm gonna slide it down, put it just over the eye of the hook, assist those wraps to come off, and pull tight. Now that essentially does a double knot on there, just like that. And I want it to look minimalist. I don't want to have a huge head on the front of this from doing a bunch of knots. So right there, I'm gonna leave it because I'm gonna put some resin on. I'm not worried about having a second knot on there. I'm gonna get that out of the way. I'm gonna come in here and trim out this material as close as you can. Set that aside for your next fly. And then I'm gonna, again, like on the last fly, I'm gonna grab my UV Solarez Bone Dry. I really, really like this. If you guys don't already have a UV resin or you don't know which one to choose, if you only need one, I would say UV Solarez and the Bone Dry. It's a very, very thin one. It soaks into material really well. I'm just gonna put the smallest dab just behind where my thread wraps were. I'm gonna cure it. And that's gonna be the finish of this fly. Resina?
Oh, yes, wait.
I'm over here trying to do 8,000 things.
Too many things going on.
Where'd it go? I told her to play. Just hang on, hold tight. I can do it.
So, if there's one other thing I'm gonna say about this.
Hey, there it is. Do it again. Do it again.
There we go. There she is. Doing her thing. Very nice.
That's Resina, folks.
That's Resina.
She dances when the UV lights come out.
So sometimes with midges and other patterns that we tie that are very similar, but midges specifically are chironomids, a lot of times you'll see tires that are gonna put UV resin on the whole body and then cure it. It makes this really kind of clear coating, very cool looking thing. The neat thing about this specific material we've given you guys in this synthetic material is it already comes with that shine on it. We don't need to put anything else on there, and it actually will probably, I did one earlier today just to see what it would do to it, and it makes it look super bulky. So just leaving it as is, a little bit of resin at the head, is probably the best thing to do. And the neat thing is with your UV light is you look at it. What is the UV light? It's sunlight. So you get to look and see what that fish is gonna see. It's probably not gonna have a purple hue, but it shows you those little intricacies that we couldn't necessarily see on this tiny fly. All that
segmentation that matters so much when they're being super picky about these dang
tiny
midges.
Midges. And that is the Mole Midge, my friends. That's a good one. Keep it in your box. A few of them.
That's a great one. So ideas there. This one, that CDC is kind of like this shuck, given some bubbles. you could fish this under a hopper. You could fish this under. You could fish it under a bobber. I would probably fish it more under yarn. Like I said, the spots that they're in are very calm, and you're gonna see. Look, so a big thing is to spend more time pausing on the river, because oftentimes we're always racing up to the next corner, or if you're in a boat, you're just flying down the river. So there's a spot on the bow. And, Bruce can attest to this because it was his birthday float last year that we literally clockworked, and he didn't quite love it because he couldn't see any of the flies or the eats but it was great. Yeah. It was like 4 days in a row that we did that. I might have done it the day before I went with him, so it's like, got a weird premonition that's going to happen right about now.
You look like a god.
Just a guide, not God.
Yeah, just a guide.
Okay, so stick around, folks. We have the best part of the evening coming up. Right after this, we just want to say a big shout out and a thanks again to a couple of our great sponsors and to you guys. Hang tight. We're going to come back. We're going to share our wins. Promise you. If it's your first time here, this is something you don't want to miss.
Innovation is in our DNA here at Fish Pond, and this year we're raising the bar. From the brand new Storm Shadow line with industry-first weather resistance to new Nomad net models crafted for any application. Built for every mile, the entire line is crafted for the rugged demands of adventure travel to the ease of everyday angling. Head on over to fishpondusa.com to find a dealer near you.
Times and places are all in who you share them with, and it's life, and the point is enjoying who you share it with.
That's my favorite part of the commercial right there.
Yeah, the TNL Fam. So here we are, 122 live streams or something like that.
Just a few. That's
Just
crazy.
a few.
And every time it just gets more fun because things like Renan, her whatever voice that was, came through.
That was awesome, FYI. It was awesome.
So I highly recommend if you didn't see the Doors of Dooms this week. Ken won and didn't win because he went and chose 6. I do just want to go back and show them what the real...
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I don't, but I do.
If it's 3, he's going to be mad.
I don't want to lose a friend like that. And then Ken ultimately won a 50% off a 2024 guided trip.
Yeah. Booked in 2020.
I mean, truthfully, I forgot to change it to 2025, but I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. It truly is what it is. So you're going to ask yourself, what is this all about? This is called WINS. And WINS stand for what's important now. So TNL Fam, the group that gathers every single Thursday from January, February, March for 3 months, is we tie some flies. We don't know what happens. We pour beer on microphones. Cat lights on fire. Lots of things happen. Right, Ren? Lots of weird things happen.
Cute little kitty right here.
And you're Gord's back.
Gord's
See,
back.
Gord didn't die in the fire. And this is just the time for us to get vulnerable together and to share with each other what's important now. So we just kind of go around the room, whoever's here on the couch. If you want to come sit on the couch, you're more than welcome. You just got to let us know and we'll make room for you to jump on the couch. And in the comments, you're also going to share what your wins for the week is. And then once we're done sharing here, we're going to throw them up on the screen and we're going to read them out because we're going to stick around here as long as we need, because this is a safe place for us to talk fly fishing, tie flies, learn together, grow together. Most importantly, for us to share together.
Yeah.
Together, forever.
Together.
Well, Ren,
Forever.
you're up first.
You're up first, dude.
Why?
Because it's just the rules.
That's the couch people.
Is it win for the week or win for like the year?
You do you. We can
Whichever
do
one.
2025. That's a good one.
That's not bad. 2024 wins.
Yeah.
24-4.
Not 50% off a float trip.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say this. Win for now we got to really think. Wins for 2024. You can say this week if it's too much, but 2024, Ren, you are up.
My win in 2024. I'm gonna have to say it was spending time on the river. Just getting to be out and to be able to fish and spend time with people that are really nice, and it's just such a good opportunity to be able to do stuff like this, and it makes me so happy sometimes.
Yeah.
Wow.
We had some good days in the river this summer.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Lots of fun.
That's a very good win. I would agree with that a lot, actually.
Perfect.
Some super fun days together out there this year.
Yeah. So agree.
All right, Tim, you're up.
All right, my win, 2024. That's a whole new thing to think about, hey?
I know, right?
Hey, it was only a few days ago.
Wow.
Technically speaking, yeah.
It wasn't your last win of 2024. It was the entire 12 months.
Of 2024.
2024.
Yeah. I think for me, if I had to, in a huge roundabout way, state it is, life and my life situation, a work situation, everything for the last couple of years has been very, very up in the wind, it seems. And at times that's been super stressful and anxiety ridden. But what it's given me is 3 summers now of full-time guiding and so many days on the river. And my win of 2024 was simply like 4 or 5 months of time on the river with you guys, with my friends, with my brothers, and there's nothing that's really can replace that. And yes, it is a job and we do work, but I don't think clients always understand that that's what fills our soul. And if you're a people person, like I know we are, we get to see and meet new people every day, and people that teach us, challenge us. Some days can be over quicker than others, but the most rewarding thing of it all is just getting to meet people and getting to spend time with them in ways that it's very much like win time. People are vulnerable, and you might be a therapist today and you might be a counselor tomorrow, but you're experiencing something new on the water every day. It's not just fishing. Fishing is such a small part of what we do, and I think being able to have these summers that have just been so full and enriching, what it actually does is it just makes you crave figuring out how to keep it without changing, and that's another challenge in itself. But I'm grateful for my community. I'm grateful for you guys. I got to see so many of you guys on the water this summer in passing or in my boat, and I cherish those moments and never think that we don't, because those days with our TNL family are the best days of our summer, and I can say that with all certainty. So thank you to you guys, because you guys have made my win for 2024.
I'm just trying to find something here. Because I always come so prepared.
And then Ren just throws a wrench into it.
To echo similar to Tim, the job that we chose, or the job that chose us, will often be our win, because it's kind of like you're fighting through 4 or 5 months of, I don't know how do you train for guide season. I think TNL is a big part of how we get to train for a guide. We get to stay in the game, right? We gotta
stay fishy,
do a lot of research, learning, to teach you guys about worms and midges, in learning to tie the flies and researching fly patterns. Maybe that's it. So I heard this thing the other day, and I thought it was pretty prolific, and I'm going to try to tie it together for just careful, the song's gonna end here. And I'm gonna give myself this one again, 4.5 minutes, to talk to you guys about my win for 2024. So I heard this thing the other day, and the psychologist termed it the I Am Here Day. When is the last time you spent a full day with people that you cared about, just walking and talking without phones or an agenda? Kind of forget that part. This ritual will put you thickly in one place rather than thinly everywhere. I don't have a husband, but this person that says this said their husband said this, and then they're saying 12 hours. Okay, so 8 to 12 hours in a row with a group of friends is fundamentally different than 4 hours spent together on 3 different occasions. Hear me where I'm going here.
Yeah.
People get tired as the hours pass, and that is a good thing. Their guards start to come down, and the nature of the conversation begins to change. When people run out of the everyday chit-chat, that's when the talk gets deep and real. And I read this, and it's kind of just something like to do with your friends, like go on an I Am Here Day, put your phones, spend that 8 to 10 to 12 hours getting tired, and then the talk gets real. And I just wanted to say that my win of 2024 is that's what we get to do every single day that we're on the river.
Yeah.
We get to have I Am Here days. We get to spend time with people. Sometimes they don't probably need us. They could go fish the river by themselves. But they get to have an I Am Here day with us. And I am truly grateful for those times, which are almost all the times, when we all get tired, and then the talk gets real. And we pull over, and there's one moment in absolute moment this summer, and I know you're gonna know, when our good friend from Boston area, New Jersey, New York, that East Coast thing. Well, John's one from that area. Yeah. But Dave, and he came up here for a week, and it's just that was an I Am Here week.
Yeah.
We got to spend one day climbing a mountain together where that 10 hours was real. Then we came back. He did a day with Tim. And then we did, was our first day together when I was there, the absolute dumpster day?
Yeah. We did 2 days. I did 2 days with him. Then we did the rain day with Jeremy. Yeah.
And this day, my friends, was absolutely hell. Okay. Minus, well, it was +2 or 1.
That's cool.
Sideways rain, absolutely horrible.
And the wind.
And it was everybody was who was going to quit first. And we caught some huge fish, and I'm almost done. I got 2 minutes. I got 1 minute.
Nobody quit.
And it was unbelievable, because we're should we quit? Who's going to quit? You going to go? You going to tap out? No, we didn't tap out. And it was a lesson that Dave taught me during that day. And I was nervous. I'm always nervous on a guided day. And I was like, what's going to happen today? The conditions, the whatever. And he grabbed me and he said, Dana, the script's already been written. We just have to choose to go and enjoy it. And fundamentally has changed my 2024 moving into 2025. So my win is you guys, the people who came and spent the I Am Here days with me and Tim on the Bow River and our whole team. And everybody who taught me lessons while we were on those I Am Here days. And I am so excited because hopefully in 2 months the river's open and we're fishing in March. Cam, Hank awaits us. And yeah.
That's a good one.
I Am Here day.
I Am Here.
Have more of those.
Amazing.
Look at that.
You did it. Perfect timing. All right. On to you guys.
Now you guys. Talk to us. Tell us what your win was. You've got a lot.
Go ahead.
All right. Me, Tim. My win is my family. What a great break, minus everyone being consistently, same thing, sick. Spent time in Nordegg for the Niwi, and looking forward for the rest of the season.
Ken, win for the week was almost winning Flying Go and getting to spend time with the family over the holidays.
You shouldn't have trusted the wizard. Oh, Cam, win so many. Just came off a 2-week visit with my oldest from New Zealand. Looking forward to another year with the family and spending more days on the river. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Starbucks mornings are.
Mr. Craig, got to spend the holidays with the family, got to catch up with some really good buddies this holiday season, had a healthy 2024, and looking forward to 2025 on the water with some of the TNL fam.
Mr. Ritzko, my win for 2024 is seeing our oldest daughter move into her new home. And my win for 2025 was visiting our youngest son at a newly opened tattoo shop today. Got to see his work.
Oh yeah, please. I
I
might
met
be
him.
looking for a
Yeah.
new.
You just talk to
saying.
Mike.
All right,
Come
Mike.
up, boys.
Need any more tattoos?
Ren, I'm gonna get full sleeves and full legs.
That'd be awesome.
He already has an entire sleeve with one of them that's me on it. So.
Yeah. Mike McKenna, win. My brother and his 2 boys, ND students, were on Bourbon Street New Year's Eve. Scary when we woke up to this news, but they reported in safe. Live. Live and love every day.
Okay. Sean, my win was recovered from a condition that I got so I can get back on the river. Heck yeah, buddy.
Trevor, win for the week is spending the first sunrise with my wife outside hiking. My 2024 win was getting more active, losing 40 pounds, and my first 5K, I couldn't have done it without the support of my wife.
Heck yeah.
That's
And
awesome,
his
Trevor.
first Bow River
Yeah,
float trip with Timmy.
What a day.
Huh.
That was fun.
Yeah. Gary Durfee, win. I'm healing up. Had a pretty nasty self-inflicted accident on 1st of November, but it's all getting better. See the doctor tomorrow concerning my collarbone repair and hopefully get serious about physical therapy.
Yeah. Tamara Dickow, 2024, I accomplished my first whitetail, first velvet buck, and first archery kill. Thanks again to Hillbilly Taxidermy on advice to keep the velvet. TNL is how I connected with him.
yeah.
Many thanks again. That's awesome, Tamara.
That's so
Tamara,
awesome.
sorry. I read right. I don't read so good.
Michael Baird's Guide School 2024. Positive people and energy. That's all it is.
That's awesome, Mike.
Hope like hell. That's his tattoo.
Hope like hell tattoo. Okay.
Did he miss it?
What?
Dave Spence.
Oh, of course. What's up, buddy? I hope you didn't miss that. Dana was talking love about you.
Oh, it's mad gushing. brother.
Mad gushing.
Because remember what you taught me in your profile photo there? The script's already written. You just gotta go and enjoy it.
Go and see what it says.
Sean's win is the wizard is back.
Yeah. Does Sean have his captain clutch?
He did.
He does.
Good for you, Sean.
He
You'll never
knows
win it
better.
now.
he wants to get a captain clutch for the Bow River.
Oh, yeah.
He can go through immunity
get
of
one
not
for there.
getting skunked.
The UFA. UFA sticker. Mr. Sather, Joel, 2024 was a really full year, but win this week was getting home for the holidays and getting out to Revelstoke with friends. Oh, that's awesome.
My not win was not getting to see you guys when the Tesla died.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Major bummer.
9:02, folks, or 8:59. Depends if your clock is fast or slow. Either way, we're going to hang out for another few minutes, and I got a little bit of a new outro for you. I know, Sean, you're going to be upset, but it's just kind of a song for the outro that I feel kind of like is the TNL Fam.
Yeah.
Tyler, blowing the dust off my fly tying. My fly tying box literally is a win for me. Probably been 10 years since I had tied, and I'm pumped to do this again with you guys. That's awesome.
That's so
Tyler.
awesome. He came last year to IF4 and kind of reconnected with you and myself. And he came here and picked up his kid before episode 0. And it's not going to come easy. And remember, guys, if you're not here, if you don't follow along on the live stream, we do have the quick ties, which you can head over to YouTube and tie all your flies there. It's all the show stuff. Is it there? It's just tying flies. So, have you started your truck recently?
Ooh, that's a good. Maybe
It
I'll
is
just
minus 30 outside.
hop on the phone here and start up the car.
All right, Trout in Alberta. 24 was a great year. Left my 16-year career at my family shop to become a technical rep for a large company. Added a new fly fisher to the gang. And loving life in Olds, minus my crazy neighbor. Yeah, they're everywhere. If you would have moved in,
Olds.
yeah, back. Love the community. If you would have moved in next to me, we could have been each other's crazy neighbor. But that's
What a shame.
kind of how it goes. I am here days. I am here days. Who's gonna have more of those in 2025?
Hope so.
I also thought like pretty cool our climb we did with Ali and his friend from Kuwait. Might have taken him to a place a little beyond the scope.
I would say a few leaps beyond. But
We often say in the winter, love people climb mountains, and there was a lot of loving people that day.
yeah.
Helping each other out on the mountains. I remember I said to you at one moment, it's like, no matter where I go, I just feel like you can't take the guide out of us. Like, just that wanting to help people out is what we do.
That's true.
Augustin.
My win for 2024, got my drift boat in the spring, started my guy business. Whoa, you just scrolled on me here. Sorry. Started up. I got my Orvis Pro deal, bought a lot of new rods and clothes. Not had a lot of clients, took a lot of buddies out too.
Yeah, practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, and he continues.
Where is
Buddies
he?
out to
Get time on the river. Need prayers that 2025 is better for guiding. I was late tonight. Went to Chattanooga for Project Healing Waters meeting. What a blessing.
Remember this, guys, when you go visit your fly fishing friends, take your kit, share. Sharing is caring. The more people in here, the better that this community will, well, the more right people. But if they're your friends, they are the right people. And tell them about Thursday Night Live. Let's get more people in here. It's pretty crazy that everybody is just on YouTube tonight.
I know, that's wild, eh?
Didn't
They're
know
still
what
here.
the Facebook happened. What the Facebook? Charlie Dickow, my win is my family's health. My wife's back pain is getting easier to deal with. My parents both having health issues. Yeah, seem to be doing well. And my boys doing the TNL countdown since school. That, honestly, there's like nothing cooler than that.
Yeah.
That, when they met us at the boat ramp that day to see Grandpa.
See Grandpa pulling in the drift boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Very, very cool.
All right, folks, we're going to give you another minute here. And then it's our time
It's that time of the night.
head out and start getting ready for episode 2.
Dose.
Kate McLaren wet fly
Yeah, Kate
and the egg sucking leech.
Oh, that egg sucking leech. Not even a good pattern. Shouldn't use it ever.
Yeah, I never would use it.
Especially on the bow.
Did you get a Captain Clutch order to go through? I'm gonna have to check that out for Eric. Nope. looks like Scooter's the only one that got a Captain Clutch tonight, folks. But you should because you don't want to be a Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Am I Ken enough?
Am I Ken enough? You Ken enough?
Oh, Cam here. Shout out to Mark. Our brother had a horrendous year, and he lost his eldest son, and he keeps moving forward. We love you, pal. Mark hasn't been around TNL the last couple of years a lot, but he does pop in once in a while. And yes, that is very true, Cam. And we're keeping Mark's whole family in our prayers. And I've had a bunch of chats with him over the past few months, and absolutely can't imagine what he's going through.
No. Very tough.
Yeah. Randy, got any last minute words?
Any words of wisdom for the people? Nothing.
Gotta have something.
Were you too far past your bedtime?
No.
Oh no!
I won't do that too.
The voice is back.
Okay, look at this. We drummed up another win, Scooter. My win is late this summer doing the fly swap with the other TNL Fam members. Catching fish in my area from flies from other areas was pretty. That is pretty cool.
Yeah,
hopefully they
cool.
were all worms.
All worms.
All right, folks. This has been episode 1 of season 7. I'm Dana. And that's Tim.
That's me.
Ren.
Ren.
And we will see you next Thursday. Maybe just on YouTube. We don't know. We try to go on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. If you're watching for the first time, make sure you like, subscribe, do all those fun things. Comment here below. Let us know you're here. I know you're commenting in a live stream. Come back. Share this video on all your favorite fishing pages. Bring a friend, bring your aunt, bring your grandma, because I'm wearing her couch right now. The brand new sun shirts will be available soon. Check your inbox because that's where you will find them first. I don't really know. I just started to sound like a 3 a.m. salesman.
Bye-bye.
A lot of people catch fish. And remember, folks, it is only quality people that hang out here. So,
heck yeah.
You notice some changes this year, and that's exactly why. And yeah, we ended on time.
That's the end.
We're going to try to do more of that this year. Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Which button is it? This one. All right. Love you guys. We will see you
next week.
Bye-bye.
Times and places are all in who you share them with, and it's life. And the point is enjoying who you share it with. Joy is who you share it with. And the weeks and the weekends are keeping close who you spending with. And in time, what you find is the time is who you spend it with. Joy is who you share it with. Who you share it with. Who you share it with. Yeah, now it's a more